I'm going to model the do now for you, and then you're going to have a go at another one. And this is just in case you can't remember from yesterday. This is just revisiting and reviewing our learning. So look at the below bar model, write down the calculation represented. So I need to think about which parts have I got. Well, I've got the top number is the whole, and I have one part, and I don't have the other part. If I've got the whole and the part, I am going to be doing subtraction. I'm going to be taking away 13 from 18. Now I know my minuend is always my biggest number. So the whole, my minuend is 18, and I'm subtracting the subtrahend, which is 13. And now I can answer the question. Well done me. Now it's time for you to pause the video and have a go at this calculation. So this is your one you need to do. I want you to write down the calculation that's represented using this bar model. Pause the video and come back to me in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Okay, so just like before, the calculation represented, you have got the whole and one of the parts. You don't have the other part. The other part is a big question mark. We don't know what it is. And when you've got the whole and one part, we know it is subtraction. So we've got our 10, and our 10 is our biggest number. It's our whole, and our whole always goes first with subtraction. So our minuend, our whole, is always the first number, and we're subtracting one of the parts, the subtrahend, which is 6. Now, if you've answered the question, quite possibly, because you know your number bonds to 10, you'll know the answer is 4. Give yourself a tick and a pat on the back if you got that correct. Time to start your maths. In today's lesson, we're going to be doing something similar to yesterday, but we're going to be thinking about regrouping and exchanging. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, ready to do our star words. So our star words today are the same as yesterday. We've got our make 10, partitioning, which is splitting from looking at our whole and our two parts, our bar model, which again is our whole and our two parts, our tens, ones, number line, and our deans, which represents our tens and our ones. Now, we looked at words yesterday for addition. I'm just going to run over them really quickly again, just to help you remember them. So we've got altogether, between them, extra, combined, add, given, in all. And we know that if they come up in any word problem, that we need to use addition. Okay, so we're looking for them to know we need to do addition. And we need to do addition when we've got two parts and we don't know our whole. Moving into our subtraction, the words we're looking for in our subtraction questions are minus, lost, less, reduced, fewer, left, difference, and take away. And we know as soon as any of those words are used that we're looking at a subtraction question. And when we have a subtraction question, we have the whole and one of the parts, and we're just trying to find that missing part. So let's get on with it today. So today, as I said, we're doing the same as yesterday, but we're just going to be using numbers where we have to regroup and exchange. Now, we did this before you left the school before Christmas, but we didn't do it in very much detail, so we're going to have another lesson on it now. So very similar to yesterday, looking at this automatically, I don't even need to read the question. Of course I will, but I can see that I've got the whole and one of the parts. If I've got the whole and one of the parts, I know it is a subtraction question. The builder started with 52 bricks. They used 17 bricks. How many bricks did they have left at lunchtime? So I'm going to follow my steps to success, and I'm going to underline the key information. And I know that they had 52 bricks. They used 17 bricks. And how many did they have left? So automatically I know that my bar model is representing my whole, which is 52, the number they started with. And I know they've used 17. Now I've got this missing gap here. Now when I've got the missing gap and I don't have both parts, I know I've got a subtraction question. And the calculation always starts on its subtraction with the whole, which we call the minuend. So the 52, take away 17. And again, we're not going to answer it. We're just going to go through a few examples of checking what calculation we have from the bar model. Let's look at the next one. So the next one, I'll read the question and I'll underline the key information. Bob has 17 bricks. Sally has 32 bricks. How many more bricks does Sally have than Bob? So as soon as it says how many more, we know we're looking at a part whole and we don't have both parts. So we've got a subtraction question. So I've underlined the key parts of the question. I know that Sally's got 32 and actually Bob has less, but we don't know how many Bob has. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing subtraction. So we're going to start with our 32, our whole, our minuend number that we're going to be subtracting from. And we're going to take away 17. Just as our bar model represents here, our whole is 32, all the bricks that Sally has, and then we're going to take away the 17 bricks that Bob has to find out how many more Sally has than Bob. And we wrote down the calculation. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Our next question is a builder had 15 bricks and he was given 18 more. How many does he have now? Well, I know if I have 15 of something and then someone gives me more, and I'm going to underline those key words, 15, 18 and more, I know that 18 more in this situation, if I'm giving more, how many have I got altogether? I don't know, but it's an altogether question. I've got two parts. I don't have my whole. I need to find the whole, and to find the whole I'm going to add together both of the parts. So this is a part and a part question. I don't have the whole. So what am I going to do? Well, does it matter if I put 15 add 18 or 18 add 15? It doesn't, does it? No, I'll get exactly the same answer because in addition it's commutative and you can do them either way round. This time I've decided to go for 18 add 15, so I'm going to tick that to say I've done that as well. Last one. So Mr. Wernick had 42 stickers and Miss Baldwin had 23 fewer. How many did Miss Baldwin have? Tricky question. Underline the key words and numbers: 42, 23 and fewer. Now, if Mr. Wernick's got 42 and I've got less than Mr. Wernick, we want to know how many I've got in total. That means we've got the whole. Mr. Wernick has 42 and I've got 23 less than him. I want to find what is this missing number here? What is this part? And when I'm looking for the part that I'm looking for, I'm looking at a subtraction question. Now I need to write that calculation, starting with my minuend, which is always the whole, which is 42, and I'm going to be taking away the part I know, which is 23, to get my answer. So we've worked through some examples of how to know what the question is asking us. Now we need a strategy to be able to answer it. So what strategies do we know? Well, we know we can use a bead strung. We know we can use our tens and ones. We know sometimes it's appropriate to use a mental calculation, and others it's good to use the make 10 and use a number line. Today though, we are going to be using our tens and ones. I'm going to be thinking about regrouping and exchanging. So our steps to success are slightly longer than yesterday, but hopefully no more complicated. And we have done this before, but not for a while. So our question. Automatically looking at our question, I can see the representation is 28 and 17 and I have got two parts and no whole. If I have two parts and no whole, I have an addition question. Say it with me: two parts, no whole, addition. Two parts, no whole, addition. Yeah, spot on. Two parts, no whole. It's an addition question and we're going to have to draw the tens and ones for both numbers. So we draw both parts for addition, and the first number I've got is 28. So my question is 28 add 17. And I'm going to draw both parts. So I'm going to start with the 28. There's two tens in 28. And how many ones? 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I need to draw out in tens and ones my second number. And my second number is 17, which is 1 10 and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. Okay, so I've done my first step. I know it's addition. I've drawn the tens and ones for both numbers. Now I need to count the ones and check that there's less than 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Well, I know that I can't, that doesn't work. I can only have 9 in there. So I need to group together 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is a group of 10. And I'm going to move that 10 into the tens column. I'm going to take another 10. And when we go to add, we will not be counting all these ones because we've moved them across and made them into 10. Okay, let's check the ones again this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. I can have 5 in my ones because it's less or equal to 9. Okay, how many tens have I got all together? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tens. So the first step was to do the ones, and then the next step was to count the tens. Now that I've counted the tens, I can read the answer and write it down. And I've got 4 tens and 5 ones, which is 45. Done. Let's do another one. This time you're going to help me. What was the first step? Yes, I need to work out what the calculation is. What is the calculation this time? You're right, it's 6 add 38 or 38 add 6 because I have 2 parts and no whole. I'm trying to find out the whole. So whether you said 6 add 38 or 38 add 6, you were absolutely right. What's my next step? The next, oh, that's not my next step, is it? Whoops. My next step is to draw the tens and ones. So I draw it for both numbers and I'm going to start with my 6. I've got no tens and 6 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and no 10, so that's done. And the second number is 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this time, how many tens do I have in 38? I've got 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. Done. What's the next step? Yeah, I need to see how many ones I've got in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 ones. But it says here, if it's more than 9, I have to change 10 of those ones for a 10. So 14 is definitely more than 9, so I need to count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that 10 there, that's 10, just double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, definitely got 10. And I'm going to move those 10 and cross them out and add in the 10 ones. So these 10 ones that were in the ones column have been crossed out and replaced by 1 10, which is worth exactly the same into the tens column. Right. So I've done that. Now I need to count how many ones I've got left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. I can have 4 in there because I'm allowed to have anything 9 or less. So 4 ones. And now I need to count the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 tens. Okay, how many have I got? What's my number? I've counted the tens. Read the number. 4 tens, 4 ones is the same as 44. So the missing part is 44. Last one, tens and ones addition. Again, it's addition because I've got the parts. I don't have the whole. I don't know what the whole is, but I know it's addition. What's my calculation going to be? Yep, 19 add 36 or 36 add 19. It doesn't matter which way round you add them, it is commutative. Right, I've written out my calculation and now I need to draw my tens and ones. So I've got 1 10 and 9 ones, 1 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now I need to draw this number, and that's got 36, so it's 3 tens and 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, and 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so my next step is to do what? Yep, count the ones, make sure there's less than 9 or there is 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's not going to work. I need to make sure that if there is more than 9, I exchange 10 of them for a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just going to double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, I'm going to cross that out. And once I've crossed out the 10, I can't just cross out 10. I have to make sure I replace that 10 with another 10. So now I can count my ones that have been left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've still got 5 ones. How many tens have I got? My next step is to count the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 tens, and 5 tens is the same as 50. 5 tens. So my answer is, read the number, 5 tens, 5 ones, 55. Done. So that takes us nicely now into our 3 subtraction questions that we're going to practice together before you then go and watch me do the independent task. So subtraction, we know subtraction is where we have the whole and only one part. We have the whole and only one part. We are trying to find the missing part. So looking at the bar model, you can see that the whole here is 45 and one of the parts is 28, and we're looking for that missing piece of the puzzle. So just like yesterday, we're subtracting, drawing out our tens and ones, and we still only draw the minuend in tens and ones. But first, what is the calculation? Write the calculation down. So we know that our minuend is always our biggest number, and it's always the whole, which is 45, and we're subtracting our subtrahend, which is 28. So we need to draw the minuend in tens and ones. So looking at my minuend, my 45, my whole, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, oh, that's only 3. I've got 4 tens and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 45, and I need to subtract 28. Now, I need to cross out the subtrahend ones. but I see that there's a problem here because I need to cross out 8 and I've only got 5. So what I have to do is I have to break and exchange a 10, and I need to turn that 10 into 1. So I'm going to remove the 10 and I'm going to replace it. So I'm going to cross out the 10. Goodbye, Mr. 10. Don't need you, because I actually need you in ones. So I'm going to replace it with 10 ones, because 10 is the same as 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's exactly the same. I've got 10 ones, and instead of having a block of 10. So my next step, now that I've done that, is I need to cross out the ones. So I still now need to cross out 8 of the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many does that leave me with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7 ones left. And now I need to get rid of the 10. So I've got to get rid of 2 10s. 1 10 and 2 10s. Right, okay, so I had 45 and I've now removed 28. I've got 7 ones left and 1 10 left. So that means the answer is 17. Done. Let's do the next one. So again, I'm looking at my bar model and I can see I've got the whole and only one part, and that means I need to do subtraction. Absolutely. I'm doing a subtraction question to try and find that missing part. So I'm going to draw out in 10s and 1s my calculation, but first I'm going to write it. So my calculation this time, always starting with my minuend, my biggest number is 42, take away 6. So I'm going to draw out my 42. Just always drawing out the whole, always drawing out the minuend, always drawing out the bigger number. So that's 2, 3, 4, and it's 42. Now I can already see a problem here. I've done that and I've done that. Now my problem here is there are not enough ones to cross out 6 ones. So I cross out a 10 instead, and I exchange that block of 10 for 10 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, my next step is to cross out the ones. So how many ones do I need to cross out? I need to cross out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if there are not enough to subtract, exchange a 10 and break into ones. I've done that, I've exchanged a 10 and I've broken it into the ones. I've then subtracted the remaining ones. And now I need to subtract the 10s, but there aren't any 10s. So I've subtracted the 10s because there aren't any. Now I can read the number. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones, and 1, 2, 3 10s. So the answer to 42 take away 6, the missing part is 36. Last one. So again, I can see automatically that this is a takeaway subtraction question because I can see that I've got the whole. If I've got the whole on one part, I'm doing subtraction. I'm going to write out the question. So what's the number? What's my minuend? My minuend in this question is going to be 55. And I am subtracting not adding because I don't have both parts. I'm trying to find the part, and I am subtracting how many? Oh, the other information I know, which is 19. Right, okay, so I've got my calculation. My next step is to now draw the minuend in tens and ones. Now the minuend is the whole and is the first number, so I need to draw 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it's got 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've drawn my minuend in tens and ones. Now I need to cross out the subtahend ones, and if there are not enough, I need to exchange a 10 to break them into ones first. Can I take 9 away from 5? Nope, there's definitely not enough there. So what I do is I cross out one of the 10s, and I am going to move that 10 into my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've still got 55 there because I haven't actually subtracted anything yet. I've just got it represented slightly differently so that I can take away 9 ones. So I'm going to take now away the 9 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've subtracted the ones. Now I need to subtract the 10s. How many 10s are there in 19? Just 1, so I subtract 1 10. Okay, now I need to work out what's left. So how many ones have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 ones. I've got 1, 2, 3 10s. And I'm only counting the ones that I haven't put across through. Okay, and that number, 3 10s and 6 ones, is the same as 36. Done. Okay, so we've got 4 questions here that are similar to yesterday's, the only difference being that the subtraction and the addition require regrouping or exchanging. But the first thing we need to do is we still need to underline that key information. So Bob has 35 bricks, Sally has 18 bricks less than Bob. How many bricks does Sally have? So if Bob has more than Sally, and we want to find out how many more, we know that he has got the most, he's got 35. We know she's got 18 less. How many does Sally have then? Let's work it out. So my underlined, what do I already know? I know I've got the whole and 1 part, which means it is subtraction. And now I need to work out what the subtraction question is. So my whole is always my minuend because it's the bigger number, and I'm subtracting 18. Now I need to use a strategy, and I'm going to use 10s and 1s. So I've got 35 as my minuend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I always only draw out the minuend when I'm subtracting, and I'm taking away 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh dear. Yeah, I don't have enough, do I? And when I don't have enough, what do? I take a 10, I cross it out, and I move it, and I draw in 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've taken one of those 10s. Now can I get rid of 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can. Next step, I now need to take away the 10s. How many 10s do I need to take away? Just 1. Right, how many have I got left altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and 1. And 1 and 7 is 17. Let's have a look at another one. Bob, the builder, had 35 metres of pipe. Underline the key information. Sally, the builder, had 17 metres of pipe. How much did they have all together? And as soon as I have an all together question, I know I've got two parts that I need to put together. So I've got 35 and 17, and I don't know my whole, so I need to work that out. So I've got 35 add 17, or 17 add 35. It doesn't matter with addition, does it? And now I need to work out the answer. So 35, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I need to draw out my second number. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to count and check, have I got 9 or more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can't have 12 in the ones, I can have a maximum of 9. So I'm going to circle 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to circle 10. And I'm going to move them, and I'm going to replace them with a 10 in the tens column. Just put a line through all of them because they're now together as a 10. So how many ones have I got left? I've got 2 ones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. So the answer is 52. Okay, next one. There were 68 builders on site, 19 were driving diggers, and the rest were building houses. If I know my total is 68, key information, then I know that if I've got the total, I've got the whole. So this is a subtraction question because I know my whole is 68 and I know what 19 of them are doing, but I don't know what the rest, how many were building the houses. So we need to work that piece of information out. So it's subtraction. My minuend is always my biggest number, the whole, which is 68, and I'm subtracting the subtrahend of 19. Let's work it out. I know I only draw my minuend when I'm subtracting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got my 6 tens and my 8 ones, and I need to subtract 9. I can see I've got a problem here. I don't have enough. I only have 8. I can't take 9. So I circle a 10, and I say you're coming in here. Cross it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've added in so that I've got this 10 now in this column, and now I can get rid of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many does that leave me with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 left. Can I have 9 in there? Yes, I can. I've subtracted the 9. Now I need to subtract one more 10. How many 10s am I left with? How many 1s am I left with? I always count my 1s first, just in case they are over 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 1s and 1, 2, 3, 4 10s. So the answer is 49. Okay, let's do the last one. So my last question, starting off by underlining the key information. Bob has 14 pipes. Sally has 29 pipes. How many pipes do they have between them? And I know between them means we're putting them together. So how many do they have between them? I've got 2 parts. I've got 14 and 29, which means I need to add to find out what the whole is. I need to know the total. So I'm adding 14 and 29 to get my whole, how many they have between them. And for addition, I draw out my 10s and 1s for both numbers. So 14, 1, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 29, 2 10s, 1, 2, and 9 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can see I've got a problem here already because I already had some 1s in there and then I added 9 more. What's the maximum amount of 9s I can have? 1s I can have? 9. So I circle 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I move them into the 10s and I cross out the ones that I've removed so I don't count them. Right, now I just need to count what have I got left. I always start with my 1s. 1, 2, 3, 3 1s and 1, 2, 3, 4 10s. So the answer is 43.